I just had the inspector up here for the framing inspection on the addition. Before I got too far down the road, I wanted to make sure that he was good with how I secured the rafters to that rim joist. He went ahead and gave me a shear inspection while he was here, and he was more than happy with how I did it. I explained a few things to him, and he thought it was more than strong enough, and so I've got permission to not only dry the exterior but also get the roof done. I think I am going to do the ice dam on the entire roof of the addition, but he was more than happy. Another successful inspection. I got to throw a few nails in a couple spots on the shear that I missed, but other than that, we're good to go.
They say comparison is the thief of joy. It's a great time to have gratitude and be grateful for what we have. I've never looked at another person's home, or another person's job, or another person's bank account and thought to myself, if I only had that, all of my problems would be solved. When I was a young man, my dad made the comment to me that if we all had the ability to stand in a circle and throw our problems into the middle of this circle, we would happily grab our problems and turn around and go home. Oftentimes we don't recognize the battles that the people closest to us are fighting. Gratitude is something I've tried to embrace. I have so much to be grateful for. Most, if not all, of my gratitude rotates around my family and my beliefs. I'm grateful I live in a place where I can have the freedoms to do what I do. I'm grateful I have a wife that supports me. I'm grateful to live during a time when I have access to so much information. But I do this one thing that drives me a little bit crazy. Almost every day I drive the same road up and the same road down to the ranch. And I have a tendency to look at other people's farms and other people's land and sometimes be a little bit critical, thinking, if I owned that land I would do this, or if I owned that land I would do that. And I have to frequently remind myself that I already own land and that I have more than I need. Now, there is an aspect of this that I think pushes me to be who I really am. I may not have ever looked at somebody's personal possessions and wanted those possessions, but I have wished that I had certain skills. When I have had situations where I met somebody that did something that I couldn't do and I felt that I needed that skill, I would usually size that person up and figure out if they were significantly more intelligent than me, or if they just had more experience in whatever it was that they were doing. And 99.9% of the time, the skills that I wanted to have, I was either able to develop or figure out that I really didn't need. I do take pride in learning skills. It seems like more and more lately I have people contacting me through email or through messages on Facebook or Instagram, and they thank me for being inspirational. I have a hard time responding to messages like this because, number one, I never set out to be inspirational. I think deep down I have a fear of failing people, so I would rather not be inspirational. That way when I do fail you, you won't be surprised. I just want to build a house out in the middle of nowhere and do it my way. I just want to make a living my way. But that being said, I'm incredibly grateful and overwhelmed by the continued support. I also struggle taking advice, especially from people that have not walked in my shoes. It seems that everybody has advice, yet very few people have actually done what we're doing. It doesn't mean I don't listen, but I do appreciate suggestions. And I've learned from a lot of these suggestions. I think more than anything in the world that we live in, I'm just grateful I get to do what I really want to do with my life. I've worked my best to do things my way, and I know that my way is not for everybody. But I'm grateful for the chance I have to be me. And I hope tomorrow that I'm a better version of me than I was today. I'm basically finished with the addition framing. A couple of hurricane ties I need to put in. Had the inspector out. He had no issues. The only issues he had was he found a couple spots where I needed to throw a few more nails in on my shear. But other than that, it was good to go. I explained to him that I used that ridge joist versus putting a ledger board up there. He didn't have a problem with it at all. He actually thought, like myself, he thought it was also going to be stronger. Next step is I'm going to put the ice and water shield. The stuff that I use is the peel and stick type. I'm going to put it on the entire roof, and rather than just doing the edge. I think the lower 36 inches is all I'm required to do, but I'm going to do the entire addition because it is so flat and it is likely going to be prone to having more moisture sitting on it. Now again, this side of the house gets more sun than the other side of the house. As a matter of fact, this side of the house was the only side of the house that ever had snow slide off it. The other side, never. Last year when I had 2.5 feet of snow up there and it never slid. And that was when there was just the underlayment. It didn't even have tin on it at that time, so the underlayment was even slicker than the tin would be, and it still didn't slide. So if it gets piled up enough, I'll definitely either send my son or myself out that window to shovel it off. I'm not going to let it accumulate, feet of snow, that's for sure. But regardless the way it's framed, I'm super happy with the way it is, and I have all the confidence that it'll be fine. Tomorrow I'll start to finish the roofing. I want to wait and let that peel and stick weather shield. I want it to get as warm as it possibly can. As a matter of fact, I might even put it by the fireplace tonight and keep a fire going up here and just try and keep it warm. It was about 50 degrees today, daytime high, But we've reached that time of year where as soon as the sun goes down, it drops 25 degrees probably, and it's just freezing. And I left my coat at home, and so I'm gonna get out of here. But I'm happy with the way things turned out. I like the look. I think it's gonna look really good when it's stained. And this is, this is the big one. If I can get this, I do have the inspection passed in a way. Well, the next step is I can Tyvek, because he did both the shear and the roof inspection. I can do the Tyvek next, so I'll get that done. Next week we've got 3 days of snow at the end of the week. Monday and Tuesday look really good, and so I may actually try and pour the back porch and be done with that. But I want to get the Tyvek on it, and I need to get that water tank shed built, and so that's my goal for next week. It shouldn't take me more than a day or two to get that done. I did drive the excavator up on the hill a little bit, and this hill gets very little direct sun, and it's frozen solid, and the excavator was slipping and sliding, and so there's probably no way I'm going to be able to use the excavator to help position that shed, so I'll just have to build it in place, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So